Cool. Did we get any likes in here? No, or just like no, we don't give likes. We don't like to give likes to this gentleman. We like to like hold it back. That's how we know. Let's see if it's good or not. Right. Okay, guys. Look. So today's show is going to be a bit of an interesting one. Um, I had a bit of an interesting conversation with someone. Uh, that was a bit of a that was interesting. That was very interesting. Interesting for your. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Interesting for your alts. Interesting for potential moves, theories, what the market's doing. A whole bunch of stuff is going to be coming today. I'm going to give you some interesting alpha that's going to be going on. I'm going to be showing some interesting websites. There's one really cool thing I'm going to show you guys as well. It's something that I use, and I had a conversation with them because people were talking about how off ramping and all that kind of stuff. It's something that I use, and I been able to get you something really cool, right? Super duper cool. You're gonna want to wait. This is awesome, right? Super duper awesome thing. Hello Gus, how are you doing today? Right, all right, cool. Let's start. So um Bitcoin's back. Kind of, right? It's kind of back. It's had a beautiful deviation from the bottom. It's hit both our points almost perfectly, and we're talking about you know $50 difference between the two, but we almost hit it absolutely perfectly. Now we hit this level exactly on the nail, absolutely perfectly, out of this world, on the nail. Now, this level here is unbelievably important. It's unbelievably important because I need to explain a few things here. For us to get happy, we need to break all time high. We need to get above the 112 level, right? We have to get above that. And the reason why I say that is because if we're looking at Wyckoff distribution, and if you want to see this move on to the next level, where we are in that formation is that we need to break the previous high to show continuation on. That's extremely important. It's one of the most important things you can have in this on this chart, and that is what you're looking for. What's even more important, and why this range that I've drawn here and this level that it's tapped is super duper important, is if we build the range, right? If we build the trading range that Bitcoin is at the moment, right? Let's build this, right? Let's build this, bring this down to the point of where the trading range is. Do you see? Hello, none. Do you see where the midpoint is? The midpoint, and if we adjust this, look, that's there. And if I adjust the midpoint, you can't even see the line. It shows how unbelievably important that midline is. Stage one, to see if this thing is going to be moving forward, right? Do you smell what the rock is cooking? Is that an insult, Justin? That's very kind of you. We first stage, what we need to do is pass this level. I mean, I've talked about this level so many times. It's starting to get hilarious. 106. I said 106, between 106, 300 and 400, right? No insult. All right, appreciate it. It seems like an insult. Right? So that level needs to be regained. 106, 300. Yes, something that I said 106.3. It's between 106.3 and 4 because this thing is moving a little bit, right? So it needs to regain that midpoint. If you look at if we hold this as a trading range, which is a fair thing to do, we see that level is unbelievably important. It needs to break that. If it can't break that, it could very well break. 1 second. It could very. By the way, I need some likes. All right, I need 50,000 before I reveal my big theory. Right, I got a big theory coming in. I need the 50,000 likes before we get there, because I do this for free and for like giggles and that S word. So like start tapping your fingers. That's what she said. Anyway, so look, that level needs to be gained. Super importantly, it's very important. It's something that needs to happen, and then from there we need to break this all-time high. If those two don't happen, there could be further downward movement, right? She said, "What?" That's what she said. Start tapping those fingers. What? 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 She had to typewriter school. You guys are such. Anyway, um, if that doesn't happen, we could see a further breakdown and test of. I'm gonna get to gold. Just wait. Honestly, it's a show. We have a show going on. I do shows now, right? It's about showing and stuff, isn't it, bruv? Right? So it could come down and retest this 103 300 level again if this happened. That is a definite possibility. Unbelievable, Everest. Why? Why? What's unbelievable? What's unbelievable? What? What? So that could happen, right? If that holds a support, I have high conviction that it could potentially break this level afterwards. Now, it is fruit chat out the window now. Yeah. Things are cool now. Things are cool. Things are cool. Fingers crossed. I love you, TikTok. Please don't be mean. You know, I'm a good boy, kind of. Anyway, whatever. So that's that situation, right? Now, one further thing that we need to also look at, all right, is we've had a amazing bounce off that. Like that crossing was like, oh no, it's over, right? That was an it's over type of not over, but it was gonna be a lot more pain in the market. Now, what I will say here is that this is for I like to be realistic in certain things, right? It's really key and important to be realistic about certain things. I have a feeling that this thing could touch here, all right? The reaction of this zone the reaction of this zone could potentially bring Bitcoin to all-time high again, right? It could bring it there. If this breaks and here to here, I would say, what are you doing? If it breaks from here to here, it would realistically be between these 2 points, between 135 and 125. If it breaks this, then we start getting to all right, this is getting a bit ridiculous, right? That is when I start to DCA every single day because that's getting to super duper overheated situations. It's possible. I'm going to explain to you why it could be possible. Just letting everyone know. If anyone wants to see what I'm doing, you can go and check out these two things. And there's going to be something involving this after this, so you guys can understand what's going on, right? That's that, right? These are the things, but a lot of things need to happen beforehand, and it's not guaranteed. We could also, Iris, have you in my cup holder and I can't see you? I have you in my cup holder and I can't see. Oh yeah, you need to go to one of these ones. And you'll be able to see what you. I don't know what that means. I hope cup holder actually means cup holder. I don't know what that means. I just whatever. If you want to check it out, these are the two places to check it out. Cool, right? That's the thing. So we could technically come here, hit that, and then go down. That could be the end as well. Don't forget. Then we're looking at like a double divergence. No, I mostly see ceiling. What? Is that everyone? Are you guys? What are you talking about? Jimmy, you can't see me. We no. See, we see you. We don't know you are good. You're in a cup holder. We good. Hit that. What? Oh, he can't see me because he's in the cup holder. Ah, cool. Right. So that was. Thank you. That was very. It was. I appreciate you. You mean a lot to me, brother. Thank you so much. Thanks for like that. That was amazing. I like to be in your cup holder. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Anyway, so yeah, where was I? Bull Run isn't it's finished or not? I'm just watch what I'm saying, and you will get to that. Just like yeah. But just tell me if you're like good or not. They're listening to while driving. All right, you shouldn't be doing that. I'm just telling you that don't do that, but you can do it. The rest of you see. Right. Okay. Epic, epic. If you keep repeating, I'm not going to do it, man. If you want to see what I'm doing, you can go and check out here, all that kind of stuff, right? So what was I saying? Right. So these are key things to look at. When we get to this area, it could most definitely traverse that area there. Again, there's key things that need to be hit. We need to break above this 106 300 level and hold above that. It's super important. That's first level. Second level, third level, right? We could see a pullback, and most probably we will see some form of pullback from there because of the fear of everyone wanting to get out of their positions because, oh my God, we hit all-time high again, right? There we go. Now, one level of hopium that we have here, and it's really super duper important, is that if we look at where are we here? Yeah, if we look at SBX, exactly as I said this is looking like it's ready to take off. It has done a perfect SR flip. An SR flip is when it converts the previous area of resistance, the all-time high, into support. This thing looks like it's going to continue up, and we will see some sort of interesting reaction off here. I'm almost certain this thing is going to go, unless we start messing around with whatever is happening with Donald Trump, right? I mean, if we go can I show you that? What are this? Can I show? Let me do it like that. Yeah. If we go to the pro group here, I drop some of these things in here. If we see whatever this means, whatever that the fact that it seems like there is a serious problem right now, power struggle going on between Donald Trump and Israel and Iran. It seems like Israel launched after the ceasefire was stated. Israel launched their largest barrage of rockets and all these kind of things in the first hour of the ceasefire. And yeah, it seems like Donald Trump, rather than calling them, they're like, you know what, I'm going to tweet it to them. Apparently, that's how presidents work now. They like to tweet these things out to people. They don't like, oh, what's this talking? Why should we talk on the phone to people? They need to see it in the tweet, bruv. In it. You know what I'm saying, right? That's what the important thing is. You can check out. There's a whole bunch of other levels of things in the program. It's really cool, interesting place. Now, if they can sort out, if you can sort all that out, and something doesn't happen, we should be good. But what I will say, and I will say this, it's really important and it's key, and it's something that I'm starting to expect and level out. It looks like America is out now. It doesn't look like they will get involved in any way, especially now that one side has somewhat lost favor on their aspects. You know what I mean? They didn't hold by, and it showed to him that they didn't respect all the things and the risk he took to help them out. That is possibly why oil did something like that. I mean, we saw the exact level there. It hit tap there and came back down. I don't see this going up for a while because it's now, America pulling back from the situation is going to be very, very helpful. And to be honest, it looks like they're just going to be in mediator mode, which will bode well for the markets. Have we got to 50,000 yet? No, we haven't got to 50,000. I'll just move this to the side a little bit and go down the road of what we're looking at. Now, if we look at USDT dominance, it's amazing. Like, it's amazing the fake out this thing gave, right? Again, it was another tweet from Donald Trump that saved everything when he caused the ceasefire now for peace and all that kind of stuff. It tapped off the level that we drew, the 5.25%. Came back down below the 5%, and now we look like we're back in trend. Got three fingers. We're trying. I only try. Man, you guys need to help Floki out, man. What's going on? Or Floke or whatever it is. There's 137 people in there. You guys should be checking that aspect out, right? And anyone on these other guys, you guys have to smash the like button, man. Come on, it really helps. Gets more people in here, and we can check out the questions. Actually, what are these? Any questions here? All those tweets. Yeah, I know. I'm here. Fantastic. Hey, you doing? Awesome, you guys. Other people, anyone watching on the side, if you want to ask any questions, please write it down. It's really important so I can see what you guys are looking at. Now, where were we? All right. Now, Yeah, so it's come back into range technically. What we really need this to do, right? What we really need to do is for it to break back into this channel. It's super important, right? Because this thing, I just warn you, this thing could come back and settle above this trend line, which could mean another bit of a red day for crypto. Reject off there, then break down, right? Just be careful of that. If this needs to settle below that, and ideally below the EMAs, underneath the underneath within this channel that has been here, and I've drawn this. This is like we're looking at. Let's go even a bit larger time frame, right? This thing has held forever. We're talking all the way back to 2019. This USDT dominance chart is being extremely precise in its understanding. When we see overselling, and it's cooling off, the bounce is quite large. We will see what happens if it comes back into this range and holds that range again. We'll see what the situation is. This could show a bit of a bounce. We want this to break back down to the 2.51 level. That is going to be extremely important to see, right? Okay, that's that situation here. Let's hope. Let's see. It's looking pretty good at the moment. I see no reason why this thing should not continue further up. I mean, further down, and show some level of strength in Bitcoin, especially altcoins. I will get to in a second. If you look at the US dollar, the US dollar is looking. Hey, nice platform. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. The US dollar is looking pretty good at the moment. We need it to pass. Oh, one more thing I want to show you, right? And this is something that I wanted to. I'll soon, if you guys are really interested, by the way, I might be doing more of a mentoring type of thing where I'm building up a platform where you guys will be able to ask me questions and I can show you the techniques and what I look for and learn certain aspects of this. What's really interesting here, remember that aspect where I talk about midwick strategy? It's very convenient and really interesting that this wick on Bitcoin hit exactly 50% of the previous wick. It's one of the most important and reliable indicators that you can see in trading. That midwick strategy works very well. It's happened in many occasions, or it comes to at least that level, back into that level when it's retracing. Now, where were we? All right. So I expect this also hit midwick as well. I expect the US dollar to further reduce, which I think that's what the government wants. They need that to happen because of another thing I'm going to talk to you, and it's going to get to my theory when we get to 50,000 likes. There's 131 people here. Get some likes in there, bruv. Right? If we look at gold, again, perfect. I said that it's looking like it's going to reject and possibly go down because what happens is when a on the charts, when there's a deviation that happens and then settles underneath the area of support and stays there for a while and gets rejected off that several times, it has a higher chance of going down. It's holding at this point here now. If this level is broken, then we could see some real strength in not only in the S&P 500 but also in Bitcoin. Don't forget that it always rolls in the same way. SPX then rolls into Bitcoin, then rolls into altcoins to a degree. I will say that we are still lacking some serious levels of liquidity. Just saying, be understanding of that fact. We're going to need to bring in liquidity. And my theory, when we get to 50,000 likes, I will tell you what I will be talking about in that sense. Sorry, I'm late. I was just cleaning my hamster's cage out. That is the most wholesome thing, Punky, I've ever heard. It's so wholesome. Awesome. You can see the recording. We'll get to it. You haven't got to the really interesting part. I'm just going through the various charts that I look at and where important things can happen. This here looks weak, right? I expect further continuation down on gold. I would not be surprised if it doesn't go further down in that level. Now, Bitcoin dominance. I wouldn't be. I mean, I would not be too sure about this level. Although I will say, technically, it's below the level, right? do, you like the figure? Sorry, I looked at it previously. It didn't look like right. So what it looks like here is that it hasn't held support, but I would not trust this. I would not trust this. This could very well, very easily, very easily get back into this level. Very easily, right? I'm starting to not really care about Bitcoin dominance at this present moment because it only really matters. This only really matters if we can start to really to reclaim all-time high in Bitcoin and get to the really overbought areas in the chart. So watch, take everything of this with a pinch of salt. I always say that Bitcoin dominance somewhat is the least important at this present moment, especially when you have to factor it out with a lot of things, right? All of these things are going on. It's great. We saw a bit of a bump in alts as Bitcoin started moving up, but don't take this too much to heart. I still think this could go up and retap these areas here, right? We talked about gold. Right, now, total market cap. I expected this to go further down, but of course, Donald Trump's tweet. I mean, like you see the perfect bounce off the 200-day EMA. I expected to go down because of the 50% level, but all right, whatever, it's all good. We can move this up to here. Now, what's really important is that we need, as I said, for Wyckoff to really put to work, we have to. Wyckoff goes in three sections, right? It needs to go to this level. That's not what I want to do. To do that, right? Within Wyckoff, from Wyckoff, you have a internal Wyckoff as well, right? So you have the major moves and the internal moves as well. For this to work, I need to move this up a little bit. There we go. Right. For this to actually show a level of strength, it needs to regain all-time high. Let's bring that down a little bit. There we go. It needs to gain all-time high. It needs to show a break of the previous high, right? For it to for us to see that last mega move, right? In Wyckoff, that last move is the biggest and most insane move. That there, right? There's a reason. I mean, I'll tell you where the understanding of the 80-20 rule came from is actually an embedded rule in Wyckoff, because in Wyckoff, 80% of the move is to get to the 20%, the last wave, right? 80% of the move is to get to the last 20%, and that last 20% move is usually the most violent and the largest and the most insane moments, right? That's what's key. And usually, if it happens, there's a lot of if, buts, and maybes and all that kind of stuff. That is there. That at that point is when you start to look at Bitcoin dominance, right? If we get that, we need that first, then start caring about this. Other than that, who gives a crap about Bitcoin dominance, right? If we look at ETH, we having the Bart Simpson has turned into the dragon. No, that's not real. That's not real. I just thought. I thought no, I don't want to mess around. It turned into the dragon, right? It's turned into the dragon, right? And if you look carefully, you're going to be seeing Dumbo in a second with the ear formation. I'm messing around, but it looks pretty good at this present moment. It's come back and regained its range, which is great. It broke back into range. It needs to settle here for a little bit and then make its move up. Let's see if it can do that. Ideally, I would love it to be above the 200-day EMA, as usually that is a key resistance point, especially when it breaks below it. You can see it here. You can see it many times. When it breaks below, breaking through that 200-day EMA becomes difficult, right? And when it does, boom, right? It's usually that re-break above the 200-day EMA is where you see the real move up. I know it's coming up to 50,000. I know, I appreciate it. Now, if we come to ETH ETH Bitcoin, it's trying, but that rejection there could show some more red in alts. I will say that to you now. ETH is related to alts. alt could be suffering a little bit more if this thing does not break back into this range. We did it. All right. 58 likes, man. Tell me, bruv. All right, I'm gonna get there. Let me finish this and I'll get there. All right. If it breaks back into that level, it's really, really important. Do you not like these other things I'm showing you? Should I stop showing you these levels and explaining to you? Is that not what you want? I feel like this bit is not what I should be talking about. You don't like any of these? Wyckoff is fascinating. Yep. I'm also a fan of Shinobi concept, which incorporates Greek mythology as a part of the process. I don't know the Shinobi process. Never tried it. It's going to be interesting. Well, I'll have a look at it. That's quite interesting. Redemption. No, you don't want to see this. You don't want to see all the alpha I'm giving for free. You know, these other sites that charge you and stuff, and I give it for free. You know, join the Discord. Bullcrap people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. Those people. Join the Discord. It's free, but like you can pay as well. Sorry. Yes, join Discord. Yeah, but you know there is a pro group. No, no, but seriously. I mean, only if you want to, but no, seriously, do it. Stop bothering Mr. Alvarez now. Yeah, all right, cool. That's the situation. Look, we looked also at. I've shown you Bitcoin USDT. I mean, I said it. Free alpha is cool. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. All I want is likes, right? As I'm late to the party today. Did I miss anything? Okay, cool. So for Willow, because Willow is late, I'm gonna start all this again, right? So everyone can tell him how much of a cool guy he is for being late. It's been an hour, so you guys can wait another hour for me to tell you my theory, right? I don't know. Do you think so? I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, you guys rewind. It's recorded, bruv. All right, cool, whatever. So I gave you this, right? I gave you this, right? Right? I said it. I mean, I gave. Where have you else seen this? No one shows you this crap, right? I showed you this. If you had seen it touch here and you had put your you would have seen a beautiful move. You would have captured that full beautiful move. It's really interesting how things play out in the graphs. You know, as they say, show me the graphs and I'll show you the news. Yeah. Whoever says that, right? Whoever says that. Anyway, I can't say the rest of that. Anyway, whatever. It pisses me off so much. It grinds in my gears so much. It does my head in. It grinds my. Look at the graph, and I predicted it. You know, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. I'm just sitting there going, "Why are there so many people following you?" Anyway, look. What's really important is that I'm going to start looking at the other total 2 and total 3, right? Now, total 2 still looks pretty good. Is that all in your ebook? Ebook? What are you talking about, man? I come around to cook you breakfast and explain this to you. It's $45 million a month, but it's worth it. All right. It's 50% off, though. I'm just messing around. I've got a call you can do perfect differential of Trump. It's a crazy kid. All right, bring him on to the live. We can have a. He needs to put the MAGA hat on and then blur his face out, so it looks like we're talking to Donald Trump. I think that will go wildly viral. Anyway, look, what's really interesting about Total 2, right, is that we haven't lost the range, right? This is super duper important, right? This is what's really important. If we look, usually and we're talking about Rez looking sharp. Thank you so much. It's sleep and shower does wonders to everything. If we look at if you guys any Wyckoff guys here, which just give you guys a bit of an understanding on that, you must not lose this range, the previous range, right? It's super duper important. You see that you can see it in where is it? Total market cap. Total market cap didn't lose it. Brilliant. That's a 50% level. Where are we? Total 2 didn't lose it. There's still hope in these levels, but the total 3, the real degen stuff, it's technically lost it, and that is what you would call a lower low, right? Bitcoin dominance. I just talked about Bitcoin dominance. Anyway, whatever. It has lost it. That's looking not great. It's not looking great, right? I can't lie. That's not fantastic. We really don't want this. I mean, there could be more downside for for alts, right? It could be more downside for alts. Problematic. It could potentially move a little bit more, but reject, and then we don't want this to produce another lower low, right? It's really important that we don't want it to do that. We want it to break above this previous line here, so we can see a change of trend. But it doesn't look like it, because look, I'll say one thing, and this is super important, right? And this is something you guys need to a little lesson here for, free of charge and all that kind of jazz. I'm sure people will be very unhappy about me giving free stuff, because don't join the Discord. It's free but with money. Sorry, if we if, usually when we see crosses like this, right? These are not good sign crosses, especially if it crosses the 200-day EMA. It usually rallies into it, right, and then rejects aggressively from there. This is super free but with money, and then but I do. If I get to get free tokens, of course you can, man. Don't do that. Why would you do that? But do that if you want to. Whatever. I'll give you whatever you want. I can give it to you now for free. I don't care. It's your project. You know what I mean? So what was I saying? Yeah. Look, we could see it coming, and it could rally into it, and that's why it rejected off this point. We really don't want that cross to happen. It would be amazing if we could see something like that happening on the 21-day EMA. That curving up would be amazing, but honestly, at a bit hopium type of levels, I don't see it for the coming so far. I mean, on the weekly, we still look okay. We still look okay. We still look okay-ish, but we've lost that level there. That's a confirmation of a lower low. We need to basically break above all-time high, and I don't see that happening until a certain thing that I think is about to happen. When it goes to happen, I will explain this to you now. Right? Look, what's interesting. Also, another thing I will say is that we're seeing a nice little bump up of exchange, nice little bump up of exchange volume, right? It's really important. That exchange volume going up is a good sign. We really need it to go up a bit more, and I have a feeling what's going to happen is what I think is going to happen next. Now, what are we missing in the market right now? What is it that we're missing? What is the key juice? Wait, that sounded weird. Everything sounds weird on this live. Everything's an innuendo. That's what she said, right? So liquidity, right? Liquidity is what's missing right now. Liquidity is the key problem right now. And where could liquidity come from, right? Kevin, rate cuts, right? Rate cuts. Have you guys seen this website? Bet you guys haven't seen this website. This website gives you the exact dates in which the U.S. Treasury sells its debt and refinances debt, and every year debt is taken out by the U.S. Government. What's really interesting, and why I think in the next meeting, in the Fed meeting, I will bet my bottom dollar that Powell is going to indicate a rate cut in September. The reason why I say that is because at the end of September, the largest refinancing of US debt, this auction is happening. The largest. Absolutely, they're financing the biggest portion of their debt. and I would bet I would I will bet, right? I will bet that, right, in July here, if he does not, I am so sure of it now, right? Because I had a little chat with someone as well. I can't tell you who I was chatting with, right? But I would bet my bottom dollar that at in the July where's it called, the federal funds rate meeting, right? I would bet my bottom dollar if he does not lean towards a Fed cut, and more importantly, a complete stopping of QT, right? I would be that there is the most overly political move I've ever seen. I would be extremely surprised if that doesn't happen, and that's where the QE will happen later on. The rate cut is more important at the moment. That's going to be the new stage. QE will follow that. All right. Hmm. That is alpha. Thank you so much. Right. And why I think that is because they're going to be refinancing the largest amount of their debt at that period. The weight on Powell will be out of this world. Furthermore, right, a little birdie told me. A little birdie told me. I can't say who it is, right? But according to birdies, I'm trying to be very careful how I say this. According to little birdies, Mr. Powell himself said in June, July, he expects to see the effects of tariffs. And if June, July, there is no effect of tariffs in the form of inflation or job creation or unemployment and things like that, he will definitely push for rate cuts. A little birdie told me in a meeting that they had where this was stated. A little birdie, right? That little birdie may also be quite high up in one of the most powerful, wealthy banks in the US. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe. You know that guy that gave me that document that I didn't listen to. You know that one. That guy, yeah, that guy. That I should have listened to. To be honest, I was like, why is this document cost a million? Why does this document cost $1 million? Ah. Now I get. Now I get it. Anyway, whatever. Cool. It's all good, right? It's all good. And that's why it's going to be super important. Yeah, but then I'm very for sure that moves everywhere. Yeah, right. That's the thing, and it's very, very important also that you see that in September that the probability is rising by the minute. This used to be 46%. It's now 70. And I'm getting to the really cool part. Right. I'm going to get to the really cool part, and this is for you altcoin guys, right? And you guys just don't. And this is the thing: you don't follow me, and you guys go, "Yeah, that's a thing that I'm not gonna look at." That's what I get, right? This is what I get from you guys. Have you seen this? Has any of you guys? Did anyone look or read this properly? No one read this, right? I'll be dropping another one as well, right? Which is even more important. But you know what this states? That there is an indicator right now, right? With the sheer level of ratio of USDT to the level of liquidity at this present moment, that every time it's hit this point, we've seen a enormous rise, not only in Bitcoin but in alts. You know this thing here that no one looks at? That only, yeah, no? Maybe you should read that. I don't just throw it there just because I just feel like I'm being tired. I just, you know what I mean? Like, it's just amazing. You should definitely check that out, right? That's super duper important. Also, right? Apparently, I've only seen little bits, right? But apparently Donald Trump swore today. Is that real? Say the name for us, TikTok users. I can't say the name. It's mine. It's that. Me. Just go there and you'll see it. Just go there. Just go there. You'll see it. It's me. That's what you need to look at. Me. Yeah, he called him idiot. He was fuming. Do you want to watch it? I haven't watched it yet. I just wanted to watch it all with you guys. I haven't actually watched it yet. Shall we watch it? I feel like watching it. You guys, would you be? Yeah. All right, let's watch it. Should we watch it? I feel like watching it. All right, okay. Because I haven't actually seen it. Where did that go? Hello, where did that go? Did I just? Did I just? 1 second. Did I just do a boo boo? Oh yeah, okay, I did it. All right, let me just go. Um, 1 second. We do a tank move. Potentially, we'll see. If we can't reclaim this level here, then we could potentially pull back. Listen to the whole thing. All right. The guy's been talking for 4 hours, man. 4 hours. What? Where? Is that it? Am I missing something? There he goes. All right, let's see what this guy said. All right. Are you showing the charts at the same time? Yeah. If you go to any one of these, and for this, after this, I'm going to be talking about something. If you guys go and watch it there, I'm going to say something on that level. Okay. All right. Let's see what this is. All right. I'm curious. I'm curious. Does this guy? Can I ask a question to everyone? Does this guy hear himself sometimes? Does he hear what he sounds like? No voice. What do you mean no voice? What does that mean? My name is. We are from streaming a church right now on the projector. No way! You're watching me on the projector. No, don't say that. No, that can't. That you're messing around with me. You can't hear OT. What? You can't hear this. Sorry, Redemption. Can you guys hear us? Are you actually watching me on the projector? No sound. What? Why is there no sound? But can you not hear this? No, the sound went down. Yeah. So what happens is that there's a bit of the. We are grateful for your change, and we would like to invite you to provide a seminar for our community on blockchain. It will be. Are you Redemption? Are you joking right now? That's so amazing. Yeah, no. If there's a bit where the sound goes down, so here. Okay. 1 second. 1 second. We can. Yeah, there's a bit where the sound goes down. Yeah, you're talking about this bit here where the word comes onto the screen, right? Yeah, there's no sound there. There's no sound there. Let it catch up. I'm gonna let it catch up on. Can hear you, but no orange one. Are you being serious? Yes, thank you. I need this today. Of course. What are you talking about? Redemption, you're amazing, man. Yeah, just message me afterwards. That's incredible. You're out of this world. Um, can you guys still look? There's no sound at the moment. Has this look? Has the video stopped on for you guys? For you guys, not you guys, not you, you guys. Is the video stopped? You can't Here, I know, no, it hasn't. Is the video still moving? I'm asking you a question because I'm gonna. There's a bit where it goes quiet on the video. That's why. No, the video hasn't stopped yet because there's a delay. There's a delay, right? Tell me when it stops, and then you guys will start hearing it from that moment on when I start playing because there's a bit of a delay on the thing, which is annoying. Oh, no, both at the same time. Yeah, it stopped. All right, okay. Now, you guys hear it now? I love that word. I love that word. I really love that word, man. Obviously, Israel. I don't like the I don't like the fact that Israel I, I don't like the fact that Israel I can't even say it. I can't say it. I can't say it properly. I don't know why you can't hear it. You should be able to hear it. You should be able to, you should be able, I don't like the fact that Israel unloaded all of his weapons on Israel. Iran. Oh my god. They didn't have to unload. Very clearly, definitely. So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. So Donald Trump didn't like the fact, right, that Israel prematurely unloaded onto Israel into Iran, and Iran retaliated because Iran felt violated from the unloading of Israel. Am I getting the gist right here? Is the gist justifying? I mean, justifying have I captured the general gist of what this guy is saying? Okay, just making sure, right? Just making sure. Is it is the gist? It's getting weird. I'm just can happen to anyone premature, of course, right? Yeah, okay. Does this guy not hear himself? Does this guy not hear himself? Is he being real? The the big the big so he Israel so Israel has dropped the biggest load. Like so they've dropped the biggest loads like they've never seen before. He's never seen a load this big before, ever. And he's in America. That's it. That's messed up. We can't hear my. You guys can't hear anything. Are you not hearing any of this thing that I'm? I don't understand how that's possible. Can you guys hear me? But I'm sorry. Uh, for world peace to breathe, no country should own. Yeah, I know that, but what can we do? Yeah, we can hear. I understand what's going on. There's apparently some sort of issue going on this side, but they seem like they can hear. Oh, I don't know. Onto the you only you hear only you not. I don't understand how that's possible. I actually don't know how that's possible. One second, let me just make sure of something. I have absolutely no idea why that's. Oh, let me just try this. One second. I got an idea. I got an idea. I got an idea. One second. Hmm. How about this? All right, I've done this now. Let's see if you can hear anything. I can only hear the video here, but on TT, but not on X. That's so weird. There's a guy on mute who's providing good information. What? Yes, we are here, you, but no. Can you hear this now?
You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard.
Is that? I can't. All right, on TT, I understand, right? I get that, but I'm just talking about the other places. Did you guys hear that? All eyes on crypto. Did you guys hear? Can you? Is it better now? Sometimes it's better not to hear. Yes, we're here, John. Okay, fantastic. Okay, cool. Let's go back. Let's go back.
The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy.
Sorry, that's perfect place.
I'm not happy with Israel. I'm not load that we've seen. 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 I'm not happy with Israel. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. I'm not happy. Biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.
Whoa! Did he just swear?
That they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
I have never in my life seen the US president drop the F bomb before. Whoa.
That they don't know what the they're doing.
Whoa, that is mad. If that isn't a guarantee that he will not enter the, I'm telling you, this guy. Look, all right. The thing with Donald Trump, right? He does hold a grudge. So I am almost certain that he's not going. They're not entering into the. Trump is pissed at Israel. That's a good thing. I mean, for the markets and for the USA, yeah, there is no way. Help! I can't stop laughing. I'm just saying, like, whoa, man. Look, from what I will say is that that gives me, like, I am 100% sure they're not going. He's not going to enter into the further. Like right now, he can't say that one side is better than the other one, but it's very obvious he's majorly annoyed at Israel at the moment. He's majorly annoyed. especially for what he's done for the region and what he's done for Israel and all that kind of stuff. The way that they have disrespected his actions, especially dropping the biggest load he's ever seen in his home. And I'm sure he's seen a lot of loads in his life, right? I'm sure he's been privy to some spectacular loads, right? And if he no blue balls here, no, right? Especially if that's the case. Especially there's been some spectacular loadage that's he's experienced. He's very annoyed. Although I will say one thing, right? So if you look carefully, and this is really the best alpha ever thing, right? If you look carefully, I'm almost certain that his hairline is that like he's bald from here onwards. He's bald from. Sorry, bit of a tangent, but he's bald from no fun cleanup. If you look carefully, right, I so, so, important things because we can see through, like him standing behind the light here. Epstein loads, yeah, Epstein. Right, okay. So we see no light, but that means that he combs his hair over his other hair as well. So is that where the yeah, there. So he's bald from there onwards. Interesting. Anyway, sorry. Bro, send me CA for fatcat. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. I'm looking at full technical analysis right now on this hair. All right, you guys want to say? One sec. The CA for fatcat is number C here, right there. Let me move this out of the way. It's there. And you can see the website and stuff like that as well. All right, he's 79. Of course, he's bald, but no, really. But does he use some sort of glue? How does the hair not? Anyway, whatever. Do they not start the helicopter until he's in? Maybe that's yeah, okay, could be. That makes sense. All right, so yeah, this gives me almost 100% confidence that they're not going into the war. 100%. There is no chance. I'm bullish on Luna right now. Really? Oh no! Don't say that. Please don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say you're bullish on Luna. Oh man! But if there isn't a meme that comes out, just like Diddy had gallons of baby oil, Trump has gallons of hairspray. I don't even think it's hairspray.
You have on him, so I'm not happy.
There must be some industrial thing going on here. Wait, where was that perfect? There's a perfect angle here somewhere. Where is that? It's more of a. Yeah, but if you look from the front. How does that hair work? Sorry. Anyway, Trump pumped after F word. I'm not surprised. Ukraine, Russia next would be amazing. Yeah, but that's a harder one to do. That's a much harder one to do because one side is not solely dependent on. I mean, it is. I guess Ukraine is solely dependent on the USA, but the other side, maybe I don't know. I see no way that thing ending without there being some sort of land being taken away. I can't see it. I really can't see one way that that's happening without land being taken away. I don't know, but it would be amazing if it did end. I mean, if both of them could somehow come to a stop somehow. I just have something about giving away land to such an aggressor like that. It doesn't feel right to me. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. I have a thing about injustice, you know what I mean? And it's just that there is a real injustice that's happened. It's just not right. You know what I mean? Complete whatever. Anyway. Hello, Alex. How are you doing? What do you think about Morpheo and maple syrup? I mean, I wouldn't put the two together. I'm more of a pancakes and maple syrup type of person. But yeah, I mean, if you like it, I don't know what Morpheo is. I'm messing around. It could be okay. I don't know. We'll see. Now, look, I want to show you guys something really cool, right? want to show you something, guys, really, really cool. It's hard decision, of course. What maple syrup, morphia, or pancakes? Pancakes always. What are you talking about? So I'm going to show you something really cool. It's really awesome, right? I use a service, a really cool service, right? It's like private banking, but you can access it. It's yeah, so it's a neobank that I utilize, and it's a it's a way of using private banking without having the financial restrictions of doing so. And I've used this for a while now. Oh, 1 second. Are you guys joking? 1 second. There we go. I've used this for a while now, right? And I want to show you guys something. Uh, uh, it's called Bello Baba, right? And what's really cool about this, and I want everyone to really, really understand why this is so cool. You can open up an account, a bank account, anywhere in any jurisdiction without being a resident of that jurisdiction. I want everyone to understand what's important below what I am saying, right? And what I've been able to arrange with them is that there is no minimum fee to open up an account with these guys. So you could technically open up a Swiss, a Cayman Islands, a Dubai, all of those things, and deal with that area's jurisdiction by doing so. So, and these guys are the ones that will deal with it, and they take crypto. Just so you guys understand. And what's really, really cool, and this is gonna get you guys super duper excited, right? Mr. T, I can't say that, but you can understand what I'm talking about, right? What's really, really cool is that if you guys go into to utilize this, I'm not saying you should do, right? I'm not saying it's something you guys should definitely do about it, right? But if you do within this next month, it's a 1 month period where there's no minimums to enter to open up account. There's no usually it's a certain amount that I can't say the number because of TikTok rules, but there will be a card that will be no KYC, like a credit card with no KYC. Just so you guys understand that. Now, for you guys on the stream, let me show this to you as well. Let me change everything right now. Tie screen. There we go. Right. This is for you guys on the other side. This is the thing. Bello Baba, right? Bello Baba. I'm gonna put everything into the Learn by Alvarez group. I'll drop the links in there. This is only a 1 month thing they're doing. And on top of that, I'm going to explain a lot more. There's a lot more going on with these guys. I've done a full conversation. This is from my side of the world. It's taken me a long time to get this far, and I just want to. It's something that's really, really interesting. You'll get into a point where you will be able to, and it's MasterCard, by the way, just so you guys understand, right? And all of that aspect that's going on, fully regulated, fully aspects with all the things in there. You can go and check out the website, see what's going on that side. You can read through. I would definitely look at what that is, just so you guys understand. It is completely 100%. It's a fully registered, fully backed neobank. It's cool. That's all I'm gonna say. I use it, just so you understand. I use it. Right. So that's that situation there. Right. What do you guys want me to? Ooh, why is that not sharing? God, everyone on the other side didn't share it. 1 second. Why are you not share? Huh? Why are you not? 1 second. Right. Let me try and redo this. There we go. All right. For you guys on the stream, you guys can check it here. This is it. Bello Baba, check it out, and you'll understand what I think. Things look better, or think it's fake out. Right. Can you share on X? I'm going to share on X. I'm going to share it everywhere. You'll see this thing. Look at it yourself. Make your own decisions. As I said, I use it on that side, and you can go from there. I will look at Sol. probably part of the plan with Israel. His off ramp could be like he's fully pulling himself away from that. That type of anger, that's really angry. It looks like, right? It's really interesting. This is where the real factor comes in. It looks like there was some sort of phone conversation that happened between. Does it have physical offices in Switzerland? It does, yeah. It looks like there was some serious conversation that happened, right? Uh, yeah, serious conversation that happened where Donald Trump was probably screaming at someone because it made him look bad, right? When he comes and tweets something on that level, the worst thing for Donald Trump is looking bad, and they made him look really really bad, really really bad. Okay, cool. Now let's have a look at some certain things. That should we look at Sol? All right, let's start looking at some things here. What should we look at? Replace gold with Sol. Where's Sol at the moment? Where is my Sol? That's a statement. Sol isn't looking great. It doesn't look fantastic. I will say this, right? I will say this. One good thing about Sol, right? Chain link after Sol. But yeah, of course, yeah. After a month, what is going to happen, and why will they? And will they career? My God, look, go research everything you need to do about this company. It is awesome. It is a very very cool thing. Fully regulated, all the things you can't. Look, I'll tell you this: you can't get a Mastercard if you're not fully regulated. Just so you understand that, right? The company of that standard won't allow it. Now with Sol, which is what's really interesting, is that it really needs to to gain acceptance above the 144, right? It's super important that it goes there. Although I will say it is somewhat back into range, but I mean, but you want me to say it's in a full downtrend right now, full blown downtrend, and it rejected off that point perfectly, and it's lost its previous range. It's lost. Look, this is what you guys need to look at, and this is really really important, right? It's super duper important for people. Let me put that the way. Super duper important for people to understand this, right? If you see coins that have lost this range, it's going to be very hard for them to break through. It's going to be very very difficult for them to break through. This will have most likely further downward pressure on the token. We will see where it goes. I do like that it's come back into this zone here. What its reaction from here is going to be very important. We could see a further get into a low time frame. Let's see what this goes at. Yeah, look, it's getting to a really key point. These two are squeezing, right? There will be a point where this is going to go like this, and it will choose. There is no real understanding of where this is going to go. It's a choice here. There's no real directional bias, but I would say it's down. To me, the directional bias is down, at least towards the 21-day EMA. Could also tap the 136 again. It could do something like that. That is a possible question that's going on. Turning in, what coin are you speaking about? Solana. Solana could do something like that. So, all right, for you guys on TikTok, 1 second. So, for you guys on TikTok, I would also check out the thing. I'm going to do something cool on for the other guys here as well. So if you're staying there, there's going to be something interesting. Now, I would look at the key levels for Sol. Right, these are the key levels for Sol. I would say 141, 141.70. Let's make that into a box. It's more of a box type of scenario. Yeah. Key zone for Solana, right? Would be between 142.76 and 141.09. If there is no reversal in that level between that, between that point there. Let's have a look at the fib as well. What's the fib talking? Give me some. That didn't work. Let's try that again. Yeah, see, look, wow. God, it's just, look at that. All right. First level is 786. Man, my zones right. We will most probably see some form of reaction of the 142. We will see what could happen. It could deviate down here and then regain acceptance above the 55-day EMA, right? Right, that could definitely happen. If it loses that, I would still say some sort of reaction from here. Possibly we could go and test the 618. I would, if it tests the 618, I wouldn't think it would go to 618. It's going to be between this point here. We could happen is that we could get to here, wick down towards the 141 and then come back into range from there. But this level here, the first level, as I stated, is the 142, 142.6, that level there, right? Please send the link in your bio for that bank. I will do. Everything will be in the Learn by Alvarez group. There's some links in bio, and I'll put it into my X and things like that as well. We looked at ETH. We looked at ETH here, right? ETH is pretty good. It's got back into range. It was doing a Bart Simpson. It was doing like a why on the 4 hour not daily. No, I do. No, so the reason why I look at, where was I? Solana. I looked at the 1 hour, right? I looked at the day. If the day doesn't show any type of real understanding, I mean, it works on the day as well. The lowest I look at is the 4 hour, right? We look in the weekly, but the weekly doesn't really show too much. It's a nothing burger on the weekly, right? The daily looks like it's showing some level of support come back into range. But if you go into the 4 hour, you could kind of have a better understanding of where it is. And it is, what could happen? I'll give you an example, right? What could happen here? This thing could go down, wick down to this area here, come back, regain this level, and then shoot. Oh, that didn't work. It was around there somewhere. I don't know, whatever. It could go down, wick down here, regain this level. I'll show it to you. It could do something like this. It could do that if things go well, but it's looking like down to me. It doesn't look strong. We'll see. But the directional bias of the market at this present moment is looking more positive than negative. But if we look at Bitcoin, yeah, see, it's rejecting off that point. Yeah, that in line with where Solana is doing, it looks like it will have more of a downward pressure. We'll see. Key point here, as I said, is that 142.60, 65 around that area there. Right. What else are we looking at? Link, right? Also have a meme coin. Could you check with please? Find so much love. Yeah, of course. I'll look at with as well. But someone from the subs on TikTok has asked me, and subs get right away. Unfortunately, guys, I will still look at it there as well. What do you say? Link, right? Do I have link here? Where's my link? There we go. Let's go to the day. It's okay. Cool. Look, it's back into range, which is a good sign, right? We need this now to confirm that range, though. It's really, really important. I will get to Tau as well, Mac. Don't worry. I'll look at Tau, right? It's back in the range, but it needs to find support of that range because technically, it's a lower low. Look, technically, if you look here, it's low, 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 lower low, lower high, lower high, lower high, right? And this looks like it's building into another lower high, a lower high. That doesn't look good. It gives downward directional bias in the chart. It looks like it's going to go down. I do like that it's brought back into range. I like the fact that it's back into range, but that range. See, look, we could, if this holds, and then we break above here. Actually, 1 second, I'll show you. Let's do that again. Hello. This is one route of this, right? If this comes and retests this, right, goes up, taps that, finds support there, and then breaks, and then shoots off from there, and then finds support like that. If it does that, fantastic, amazing, right? That is a best case scenario for this for Link to do. Unfortunately, right, if Bitcoin starts to retrace and lose this level, I mean, it's going to at least come and test this level here for sure. It's going to come and test that level. If that happens, I don't know if this level can hold. If this doesn't hold, if this level doesn't hold, on the 4 hour, the 55-day is important. You will usually find some level of support at this level here, at the $12.78, $12.80. If you're feeling risky and it loses this level, that would be a good point to potentially try. Also, I will say this: as the way when there is a decross, I'm gonna say that word just to be sure, but the way that's in that, yes, I'm a sub. Patrick, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look. Don't worry, I'll look at with. As the way there is a decross when it goes down this way, the opposite way happens when there's a golden, right? If this is looking like it's going to cross, it will draw it down to this area, and then it will bounce off. Those type of moments are a magnet for graphs. Let's see what goes on. Again, we have to bounce everything off this. It's not looking great, but let's see if Bitcoin holds and closes today above the 21-day away in May. That could bode well for all of these coins, and I think it could go up from there. But right now, I would like a retest of this point here. That's what I would say. Can we sub here next? I don't use this app auto. What you mean X? You can sub. Yeah, you can sub there. I think I don't know if I have a sub on there. It doesn't matter. Whatever, it's fine. I'll still look. Just saying and looking on that side. Right. You want me to look at whiff, right? Do I have whiff here? I have a problem with whiff. Whiff is one of those things where whatever I say, it does the opposite. So whatever I'm going to tell you, think opposite. Because I can't seem to ever. I gave up on whiff. I gave up on whiff completely, right? I wholeheartedly gave up because I can't seem to ever get. Let's just do tethers, whatever. It's fine. It's same thing, kind of different. Now, oh man, whiff ain't. This is 4 hours doesn't show him. Okay, I like that it's held that. Fine, that's a nice little bounce zone that it's held, right? That's a key point. Oh, God, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look good, man. I don't want to say anything, but whiff looks it looks very weak. It looks super duper weak. Yeah. Yeah. It has to look. Whiff, for me to be in any way interested with, it needs to break that $1 level. This level here is super duper important. To me, this doesn't look great. I would suspect something like that if it holds, and then a squeeze to a point here. If it holds that again, then we would see a bounce. But I don't know if this is going to hold. I really don't think this is going to hold. This doesn't look great. I'd rather exit half position now than where it was. That's also true. I mean, we're seeing like crosses everywhere. God, I hate this new trading view bullcrap. Yeah, that's a pure deviation. This is a come down, and it will at least come down to 0.7. It will at least test this 55-day minimum. I would be surprised if it doesn't test that 0.786. But this is my opinion. Don't listen to what I'm talking about. I don't know on what I'm saying. Ruble broke $1, then it dropped, right? Yeah, yeah. See, look, you see that deviation? That it's tried to do it several times. That $1 is super duper pivotal for WIF. Right. Oh, Tau. Right. This is why this looks really weak, man. It looks super weak. I think a minimum test of the 55-day EMA. It's not easy to read either. Really not. That deviation there shows further downward movement pressure. I'll keep it there. Let's see what happens tomorrow, the day after, if there's anything moving that way. I'm going to look at Tau. Do I have Tau here? I have a million other things, but I don't know if I have Tau. Do I have Tau? I don't know if I have Tau there. 1 second. Although Tau is one of my longer term plays. There we go. Oh, God. Tau. You see, look, why? If it had held this point here, if it had held that 350, I said, like, if it could have held the 350, if it had held that 350, this would be beautiful. This would be a beautiful break back into range, and I would expect a play from there, a move from there. That's so annoying. I would suspect this is going to go down. At least to the 335. The line in the sand for Tau is 335. That's what I would say, in my humble opinion. 335 is you don't look at hindsight, mate. You taught me that. No, I don't look at no. What I'm saying is I sometimes like to. So when you trade and you're doing these type of things, I leave that there, right? I leave that there and see if my understanding was correct. If it's not correct, I learn why I was incorrect. I still learn. Everyone still learns, right? Tau, as I said, let's say between 333 and 335. See how it reacts off that point. Yeah. Because it could do something like this, right? We could see it go on like that. But if it breaks that, I would almost, I would bet my bottom dollar it will go and try and test the Monday low. Yeah. That's what I would say. This is looking, everything's, all the alts are looking very, very weak at the moment. Shorts are going to run nicely for tonight. Yeah, it could be. We'll see. Key levels. These things can fake out as well. Everything's super duper choppy, right? All right. What are we looking at here? Sui. Let's look at what happened to Zeus. As fast as it goes up is as fast as it goes down, unfortunately, man. Those things, when I call things that move quickly, you need to move quickly. You need to move quickly. You need to move quickly. It was a 10x. It went up 10 times up there. You have to take it. You have to take that move. That is an insane move, especially in this current environment. Sui, still downtrend. Yeah, still downtrend at this present moment. Let's remove all these. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty okay. I would have liked it to be I mean, as I said, I mean, like the range where it went to, tap the bottom, then tap the above it, deviated down. This is not looking fantastic, but it looks better than most. That is something I will say. This looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. Still down. It's still a downward trend. Trend is your friend until it is not anymore, right? So until this gets to a point where it gains acceptance above this level here, this what is it? The 2.9. Is it 2.9? Yeah, same 2.9, right? Above 2.9. Then you have to treat it as if it is rejecting back down. See its reaction of the See its reaction of the 2.7, right? See that reaction from there. If that doesn't hold, then I would look for the next point here. Then it would be a potential short opportunity down to the 2.5 area, and then go from there. But I would say if it goes down to there, this area will be a strong bounce point. A very, because there is a lot of support here. There's a lot of support at this point. If it comes down there, it could go there, and then it could potentially test this area again. If it breaks that, it will test this area again. If it breaks that, it settles here, then that is a, if you're feeling safe, that would be a brilliant area to long. That would be huge move from there, right? Huge move from there. We'll see. Death crosses. Yeah, look, as I said, a death cross has already happened. You need to understand this, right? Death crosses don't last all the time. It's not a long-term thing. A death cross will cause that, and then the downward move will go. It's just more of a confirmation of a downward trend line on SUI, right? But watch its reaction of the key levels I told you, right? Got it here, 2.7. If that doesn't hold, then we're looking at the 2.48, 2.5. Let's say 2.5. Those are the two areas I would look for in SUI. What else are we looking at? Which other coins do you want me to look at? I'll look one more, and then I will. So most are looking strong downtrend, but ETH is in the best spot. Should we look at ETH? What's ETH? Oh yeah, ETH is looking okay. It's looking okay, right? This is what I would say. It's still on a downtrend. Don't get me wrong. If you look at ETH on the 4-hourly, it's still a downtrend. Although no, it's broken it. ETH is the only one that it's broken on the 4-hourly. Yeah. God, I'm going to tell you something funny story, right? We got one of those echo dot things. Is it echo? I don't know. Whatever. I think it's echo. Whatever. It's the ones that listens to your thing, right? Choir music turned on at 4 o'clock in the morning. That was fun. that was fun. I almost sold my house. I was like, okay, I guess a ghost owns this now. We'll be moving tomorrow. Bye. Oh God. I was like, what the hell is going on? Why'd you buy this evil into a house? Anyway, yeah. So, yeah. Look, ETH looks pretty good. It has to. Like, it's not an if, but, or maybe. It really needs to hold this line. This 2,415. That needs to hold. Is looking like a little bit weak, bruv, but it's okay. If it can gain above 2,441, that would be ideal. Let's see. Market needs to turn bull for anything to change. No, we need liquidity in the market. If we can just hold this range, and I said the range, in my opinion, is between these two lines, right? Between the God, I can't see. Between 100,000 ish, with sort of like wick 100,000 to 106.3, right? If we can just hold that up until the July, maybe a bit more dip down, potentially down to here, and move up. But I would not want it to. I really wouldn't want it to lose the 94,000. I really wouldn't. That's where the 200-day EMA is. I don't want it to lose to the 2094. To me, below 94 is very, very dangerous levels. Then we have to really look at very, very low numbers. Right? I don't want it to lose 94. We could potentially come and see something moving around in these areas here, and I would want it to get to a point where the Fed meeting gets closer, and then I think around that point we could see a real move up if the parameters of what I've been looking at, with the factor of the the Fed meeting looking like there's a rate cut increasing to 70%, that is moving to 90%. I'm telling you, by the time that comes, right? And my little birdie talk about Powell saying that he's expecting the effects to hit in June, July. If nothing happens, I'll tell you this, right? This is also another thing I'm going to tell you. This is let me show you this, right? This is really important, and then I will go from there, right? I will go from there. Where are we here? The first week, and possibly the first, first, and potentially this up until the 15th, right? This CPI and unemployment data, if this comes in strong, right, this will hit 90%. Unexpected expansion in the market. I'm telling you now. I'm full blown telling you now. If that, where did that go? There was two here, right? Where does this dead one? Where did that go? Oh, it's here. Oh my god, honestly. Yeah. What will hit 90%? All right. Okay. If CPI and unemployment in July, first and second week of July, right? If those two numbers come in favorably, below expectation or as expected, something boring, then I will say that the rate, the possible, the Fed watch, you guys could check out. You should have this on your computer anyway. The CME Fed watch. If you have that, I would expect that the chance of a rate cut will go up to 90%. And the little birdie that top, you're hearing it here first. You're hearing it here first. I'm telling you now, you're hearing it here first. A lot of people are going to be talking about this. You always hear it here first. Always is the case. I always give you guys the alpha for absolutely free. If you guys want anything more, you can just check out the pro group and stuff. But you don't need to. But it's like, you can if you want to. But like, it's pretty cool. Like, there's some cool stuff that happens if you really want to. I'll just leave it here. No. All right. Okay, that's that. Other than that, that's about it. I don't know. There's much more to say. I would definitely go and check out Bella Baba. It's really cool things that are checking out. As I said, I'm using it right now, and then we can go from there. Why are many meme coins and other low cap not performing as well as the bigger coins today? Because of fear and liquidity issues. That's it. You know what I mean? When you say things like the chains and everything else that are utilizing where these things are set on, people are fearful. You know what I mean? The riskier the risk on asset, the riskier the risk on asset. The aggregator, I'm going to talk about it. There's a small little issue with dealing with it. We might need to move the launch a little bit. It's one small issue that we're facing at the moment, and I want to make sure that's clear. Everyone on my side said they wanted to do it, but I was like, no, we need that to be clear. We want it to be launched perfectly. And with war off, then war off, and then on off, and hard to know even more. That's the thing. Uncertainty is still there. Right? That's what's really important. It's super duper important to understand. I mean, when you get like, are we on? Are we on? Is it going on, or is it not going on? Is it happening? Is it not happening? Do you know what I mean? So it's really important what the situation is. So it's very key. Make sure that everyone really understands that fact. That until there's clarity, until there's liquidity in the market, a lot of things are going to be sideways, if not possibly down a little bit. You'll be seeing various things go up and down depending on local news, but in the macro sense, I'm still bullish because right now we're not really seeing any reason for the market to pull back, but also we don't have a real reason for this market to move forward either. We need liquidity, and liquidity will happen by July. I will say one more thing though. This is one thing I want everyone to really, I'll leave it on this point, right? This is really a key point to understand. We are also coming to the summer period. And summer period historically is historically a down period for crypto, not crypto, but S&P 500, and in relation also to Bitcoin. I will say that. Right? So keep that in mind, because all these traders go on holiday and they readjust and set things and leave, and there isn't too much of actual real blown trading or investing or anything on that level. So it's really important to understand that. That's why that's not the one I want. That's why this coming to here, right, potentially going there and then coming back, bouncing back to this area, that there could be a be like Jam, say enjoy your summer. Yeah, I take him as a very very aggressive bear, right? Let's not forget the fact that, okay, yeah, he said in December, but yeah, okay, he sold here, but then did he buy back? You know, you could, if you talk about something for a long enough of a period, yeah, you'll eventually be correct, especially when things are at all-time high, right? Don't forget that. Don't forget that, right? This is what I also want to explain to you. You have to make sure that you guys have a your own bias in the market. I have my bias, right? I have my bias. I still believe that this area here is possible. It's possible. This is the thing. You know, one thing I will say to everyone, right? There is no such thing as 100% correct. There doesn't exist. Just because he's right at one point doesn't mean he will be right at the next. And even if he is right at this point here, doesn't mean that he will always be right. You have to make sure that you get your own understanding of the market. Take what I say, take what he says, take what 100 other people say, then adjust it into your own theory and see whether it fits. Because in the end, you are the master of your own ship, and you have to be the master of your own ship. All of this is my thoughts and what I believe in the information I'm looking at. I'm showing you 15 different graphs, 15 different details, arranging my own theory and working in that manner. And that is what's important for everyone to be here. I'm a realist. I want everyone to understand I'm a realist. I say it could get bad. I could say there are potential for it to get good. These are the points to look at. That is the way you have to look at everything in this market, because if you look at it in one particular way, eventually you'll be right, but you will miss a lot as well. You will miss a lot as well. Let's not forget that, right? This is what I will always say in everything that you do. So basically, we don't have much time left to catch some certainty, or we're cooked. In the most simplistic way possible, yeah, could be. We need to hold this range. We need to hold this range up until the July meeting. But again, July comes into a different. We're a bit of a problem. We're on the cusp of either, but at the moment, big downturn. I don't know if it will be a big downturn. I don't know if it will be a big downturn, because you need to ask yourself this question: what's the cause of this big downturn? When you have SPX doing stupid things like this, what would turn down Bitcoin? Ask yourself that question. Understand that aspect that we need to talk about. We need to have a clear understanding of why this is going to happen. Don't forget, this initial pull down was because of the increasing tensions. Do you understand what I mean? Thank you so much, Batsword. I appreciate it. You don't have to gift anything. No one has to gift anything here. Just give me the likes. Just give me the likes. All right. Sorry, I can't help myself. Just give me the like. I can't sing. Whatever. That's all I need. Comment on my videos. Watch them all the way through. I do them to help all of you guys. That's what's important to me, right? Just give me the like. That would be the worst one in history. Yeah, we'll see. Look, nothing as of yet, right now, is clear. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone says. People can you hear everyone shout the loudest when things go their way, right? That's why you hear it the most. That's why I say to everyone that really understand what's going on and really have any understanding of what's happening in the markets. Global macro can affect all that kind of thing, but right now we need to regain certain levels. If we can't regain, I work on smaller time frame and think about very long term. The in between is not my problem, because if we get to the in between, the long term is my problem. The short term is where we need to will need to be. We have the levels here. We know what's happening. Remember, people were shouting the loudest when we were here. It's over. Everyone was selling. I bet all of you guys sold a bunch of stuff. Huge amounts of stuff were probably sold. Right? Where are we now? Doesn't mean we're not gonna we'll hold this, but I need to see a reason why we pull back. And if I don't see a reason why we pull back, I'm going to remain bullish, because my target is dictated by this. This here is is what I'm looking at. Triple bearish divergence. That's what I'm looking at. Either a rejection of here, which could be all-time high, or a rejection of here, which could be at the 125, the 135. This movement here is where I'll be looking at, and this is on the weekly, and that kind of corresponds with rate cuts and things like that. I didn't sell anything low, just got rid of the half a week, but confident in other holes of my life. Yeah, I'm just saying. No. I don't mean you personally, Pat Twelve. I don't mean you personally, but you know what I mean. But look, also, I will say, it was going to be launched today. Unfortunately, there's, I want it to be really perfect, right? I want it to be absolutely perfect. I'll leave it on this note, and then once that is done, we can. Where is this? Where? I got too many things open up. 1 second. Let me get rid of that. That can stay. Let's get rid of that. I will also say this, right? This is really, really cool. I want everyone to understand this fact here. The fatcat aggregator will tomorrow. Let's hope tomorrow or the day after. We'll see. Right? It's about to get launched. It's super low fees. You can swap from pretty much any chain to any chain, and any coin to any coin, and potentially any coin from any chain to fatcat. So if you have any like dead things that you don't want and it's just sitting there, you can go to that level. Bello Baba, I will put it into my chat. It's a neobank. It's a private wealth neobank that you normally be only able to enter if you had a certain net wealth. But for this month, they're doing it as a free option to get into. All right, and it gives you various other things like credit cards and all that kind of stuff. Where are we right now? All right, that's the situation. I'm gonna get off TikTok, and I'm gonna have a little thing to the other guys on the other side. I will catch everyone from TikTok tomorrow. And for people who are on the other place, I'm going to have a quick chat with you guys in a second. So you guys are awesome. Absolutely amazing. Incredible. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for all the likes. You guys will be out of this world. And I will catch you guys later. Peace on TikTok. Right. Okay, cool. So where are my stream guys? All right, guys. All of you guys here. How many is where to where, right? I want to, because I want to do a lot more into a place where it's more YouTube forward. I love everyone on X. You guys are incredible. But I will say this, right? From this point on, where is my YouTube? I will do a I don't know, $50 giveaway for anyone at this present moment that follows my YouTube, right? We have 419 people here. One of you guys I'll pick from this point on. I think I have 106 followers, 107 followers, right? I know, 507, 508 followers. Any from that moment on, I'm going to take a screenshot from now. Someone from that point there, who people on X who want to move over to YouTube, that follow me there will be put into a prize draw of $50 to get that. Yeah, you guys have been awesome, absolutely incredible. Can you explain triple bearish divergence? I will be explaining that. I'll explain it very quickly. Usually when they're double bearish divergence, when this is going up and this is going down, it means that eventually there will be a pullback, an aggressive pullback. If it hits the triple divergence, it will be a mega pullback. It will be enormous, and that usually dictates an ending of the bear run. I mean, ending of the bull run, right? So that's it. That's that situation. I said $50 to everyone that follows on YouTube. From this point on, I will announce it on my underneath the comments on my YouTube. and we can go from there. All right, you guys are awesome, absolutely incredible. Love you all. I hope you gained some interesting and things that let me unfollow. I have already taken how many people are there. Honestly, you guys are hilarious. Can I follow twice? This is for new followers. You guys are hilarious, man. I'm trying to build up here. So it's all for the project and for growth and to kind of move away from TikTok. TikTok is very toxic, unfortunately, and it seemed to be that you guys are enjoying what I'm. Hope you guys enjoy what I like, what I'm doing, and I will catch you guys later. Honestly, please, affection, you guys are incredible, and come with more questions next time. I'll see what I can go from there. All right, guys. Catch you guys later. Peace, and yeah.